Welcome to College Aid Pro's family planning portal, and we think this gives all college-bound families or current college families really an unfair advantage in this whole process. So a couple things we want to take a look at. Number one, we're always going to have our EFCs, expected family contributions, front and center, right in our face. What do these colleges think we can pay on an annual basis based on the methodology that they use, and what can we come up with as a family? So our college pre-approval, how much do we think we can come up with each year without having to borrow anything for college? And we want to know what type of stats this student has, Sam, the student in question, what's the current list of colleges. We can print out or email or download reports at any time, whether it's 1 year cost, all 4 years, how to pay, financial aid awards. And then this has a huge resource in terms of how to manage a financial aid application itself. What are the due dates? What are colleges actually requiring? Once we're accepted into schools, how do we acknowledge and understand the difference with the offers that we actually get? And ultimately, how are we going to pay the bill once we are accepted? And if we have to borrow anything, we want to know the right way to do that too. So at any time, we can edit the base facts of our case, and we can also compare scenarios. You know, what if we redid the kitchen? What if we didn't get the bonus next year? How's that going to impact EFCs and ultimately the net cost of the colleges? And we can't afford about younger siblings, right? And anytime we can run through models with them as well. So let's take a look at some actual features here. Perhaps, and arguably the most important part of this whole process is shopping the right way for colleges. And this is really what we like to call the orbits of shopping for college. So when we use this advanced search button, for example, we can just go search for schools in Massachusetts that might have our major and just order them based on who's going to give us the most financial aid and add schools to the list that way. Or if we're not eligible for financial aid, we might say, hey, let's go look at schools in California and just order them based on who's going to give us the highest scholarship. And we get schools ordered just based on whatever features we're looking for the most. Now, at any time, if we click on any college, we're going to get some really nice information from an admission standpoint, from a financial aid standpoint. And some of the real power here is that every single scholarship that each college offers in the country, we have all the scholarships that they offer, the qualifications for each, and we're going to tell you how much roughly we expect you to get at a given college. So very, very important part of this tool. And again, as I mentioned, once we indicate that we're applying for a school, it's going to push over to this applications page, which is going to help us manage this very opaque part of the process and tell us, hey, do these guys require the CSS profile or the IDOC in addition to the FAFSA? And again, when we're accepted into a school, it's going to push into the awards page and allow us to compare our actual offers, apples to apples. And another thing we really want everybody to take advantage of is this how to pay page. So we want to look out into the future. We want to know the finish line before we even start the process. So maybe we want to go to school in California, but we might find out that, hey, the University of San Diego, it's going to cost us $150,000 over 4 years. We can only come up with $111,000, meaning somebody's going to have to borrow $40,000. That's an opaque, confusing number to a high school student, maybe even to mom and dad. But what anybody can understand is that if my first monthly payment is this, my take-home pay is this, does the math add up here? Can we find some other schools that are a little bit more desirable, are going to be more affordable for our family? And it doesn't mean we have to sacrifice any quality. For this family, Harvard is going to be in a scenario where not only are they not borrowing anything, we have a surplus. So this is a end-to-end tool that allows families to make really informed buying decisions. And we're excited to have you on the journey with us.